I am but a fool. Darling, I love you, though you treat me cruel. You hurt me, and you made me cry.
Hello. I'm breaking out the mic because I have some things I want to chat about. And whenever I create just like a mental list, it never pans out. I forget everything. So, jotted down some notes, some thoughts. Before I dive in to the list, I would like to thank our sponsor, which is the one and only Skillshare. As you can see by what I will be talking about today, what I have right here, my almost finished crochet project. I'm a big fan of learning weird little skills, and so Skillshare is with me every step of the way. Skillshare is an online learning platform that has classes that could help you in your career in terms of graphic design, marketing, etc., or just some creative endeavors like creative writing prompts for journaling. Most recently, I've been taking their DSLR classes, things like that. Truly, whatever you want to learn, Skillshare will help you out. They also have learning paths now that help curate their classes, so you have a quick and easy path to picking up the skill that you want. So I will have a link in the description box. The first 500 people to click it will get 1 month free of Skillshare. The one class that I keep returning to is their creative writing class that has a bunch of different prompts for just how to start a story. It is so interactive. Every class has a little prompt, a little exercise for you. So for my writers out there, I feel like if you're cozying up in winter and you want to start your writing project, that's a great way to get your mind buzzing. So thank you as always to Skillshare. Information down below. But what I would like to talk about as I open my Lego box is, first bullet point, I've been thinking a lot about the difference between online and offline events and relationships. And how do I open this? Last week, I went to an event that I'm going to again this week at MMCA, which was a very small group of people. We talked about one piece of art at the Modern Art Museum, and then we did a guided meditation practice afterwards that was related back to the piece of art. One thing that was kind of talked about there was a want for community, searching for community. And I've kind of noticed this in a lot of other spaces, like whether it's in different cities. I've been seeing my friends try to organize things. I feel like there's a growth in in-person events again. I think that the communities we're able to find and build online are invaluable and wonderful, but I think that now we're sort of, the pendulum is swinging in the other direction and we're wanting more in-person human connection, and I certainly feel that way. Also, we're making the plum blossom. And I know it's ironic coming off of, I just posted a video about how I kind of overexerted myself and I needed a couple days of just being alone. I think everything in moderation, but I do really crave in-person interaction. And I wrote down some reasons why I think it's a little bit different. So I find that a lot of the anxiety that comes from my online communication in any way, shape, or form, a lot of it stems from the amount of time that passes between us talking. Like a lot of times, even if you're texting your friends and they are like engaged and on the chat, you know, there's a delay. I might text a random thought at 3 p.m. and my friend doesn't answer me until 5. And when they do, it's like, oh, that thought was kind of old and it's weird that I have to revisit it. Like I was past that. So whether it's a good conversation, whether it's a bad conversation, it's like, even when you're talking to your friends and I'm like, maybe texting them throughout the day, it's not the same as sitting across from them and having that conversation, like looking them in the eye, and we are the only people we're thinking about right now, you know? And I think that we really crave that. We might not notice that we do, but once we have it, it's like, oh, this is so much better. Even if it's just like video calling, video chatting, like there's just something different. I don't know. Anyway, so at the end of the day, I feel like I really want to get back into that, being present, having real-time conversations with people. Does that make any sense? But then on the flip side, my next bullet point, I get anxious online because I feel like it's just not the natural way that I like to communicate, and I always second guess what I say by the time that I send something and blah, 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 blah. However, lots of anxiety related to communicating offline, especially when you are like first meeting someone. And there is a booktuber creator that I love very much, Leonie. I will link her down below. She made a very interesting video about how she was on a first date and she realized that the guy never asked her a single question, or like didn't ask her a personal question, right? Like, what's your job? So it like just made her quite curious about like people communicating. And she found this one paper that kind of divided people into two camps, which was you were either an oversharer or a questioner. And I found that so fascinating because I am absolutely an oversharer. And it's something that I kind of worry about. Like that's something that if I come home after like having met someone for the first time, I'm always kicking myself of like, oh, you didn't ask them enough questions about like, did you just only talk about yourself? Come on, Carrie, like get it together. And so what an oversharer does is they will overshare. So like if we're talking about our childhoods, I will tell you a story about my childhood, kind of in the hopes that you will share a story about yours. I guess kind of subconsciously, I will show you what my boundaries are, like how much I'm willing to share, because I'm an oversharer, in the hopes that you share something of the same. You know, I'm not going to directly ask you like, what's your relationship with your mom like? Because to me, that feels like we're prying. I try to avoid any kind of awkward situation. And so that's how I question without questioning, versus people who are questioners will just straight up ask the questions. It's not one or the other. I do ask questions, but I don't know, that's how I've always operated. And so that's something I also kind of want to work on, is just becoming a better communicator. I think it all comes with practice. And I was talking to my friend Nathan about this, that Nathan is such a wonderful person to talk to because he is a questioner, but he doesn't ask prying questions. I can't describe it because he does it so well and I don't know how, you know? We went to a book fair and we picked up, there was this Dutch artist that was there and he made these bookmarks that said like, I don't even have any time to read or something like that. And me, I'm just like, oh, I loved this. And Nathan was like, what are you reading right now? How easy was that? And then like we had a lovely conversation about books. I feel like I'm so scared of being a burden in terms of like, I don't want to make other people uncomfortable. So I tend to like not start conversations lest they become awkward. Like I don't want to run the risk of making anybody feel awkward. So I just don't engage. And I'm losing out on so much possible communication, if that makes sense. Because when I do take the leap and talk to a stranger or strike up a conversation that I'm worried could turn awkward, it never does. And I don't want to miss out, you know, on meeting cool people and having great experiences. But those are my thoughts of the day, and I just wanted to share them before I forgot. Right? Yeah, I have ideas written. But yeah, let me know what you think and let's get to work. morning. It's a new day. I'm feeling so much better. I just needed that one day to just shut off and took some medication, which I normally don't do. So I think that knocked everything out of my system. But we woke up to what was supposed to be just a little bit of snow. It is coming down hard. So, like this is not a time lapse. This is how much is coming down. God, you can't even see the buildings like outside of my... So, Chaden and I are going to the MMCA thing again that I went to last week. And we get to go outside in this. So we're gonna get dinner first. I'm gonna stop by into Corel, which is a skincare brand that I really like. They are the parent company of House of Dohwa, which is one of my favorite skincare brands recently. They just opened a new store in Bukchon, so we're gonna go there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit here, drink one last cup of tea to like get the last ugh out of me. And then we're gonna venture towards Bukchon, but it is, I was unprepared for this level. I thought it was supposed to snow like while I was asleep and then I just wake up to a winter wonderland, but this is, we're just diving in headfirst into winter, I guess. So welcome, out we go.
She called me on the phone last night. I could tell that something wasn't right. Silence followed by a heavy sigh. Said these words and she began to cry. If I were you, I would really wanna kill myself too. At times I feel like I wanna end my life and drown in the past.
Okay, so that is the new location of Perment. Guys, I'm begging you, let's keep that one for us, please. There are no more bakeries in this area that aren't overwhelmingly crowded. So just went to Perment, sat and reading a good book. Now we're going to go head over to House of Corel. And I can't believe it's still snowing. It was not supposed to snow this much, and it is like, it looks like dessert. Like I could just take a slice. Anyway, let me find out where I'm going. I'm wearing my heavy duty winter boots because I am just not, hold on, I'm gonna get hit by snow. I'm just not mentally prepared, so. Now time for dinner with Cherin. It's sashimi time. Yeah, but it's not, it doesn't.
If I could, I'd let you see this universe through my eyes.
It is treacherous out here. Snow is falling from all the buildings. It is kind of scary. Everywhere I want to go is like straight downhill. Wish me luck.
Blossoming such pretty things, it even smells like apple pies.
Okay, maybe not my smartest idea. Yeah, I feel like oh my god. I feel like the forest is telling me to leave, so I will respect its wishes. Let's go. Wow, like so many trees broke because the snow was just so heavy. Oh, my beautiful pines. Okay, I was gonna take a shortcut to get us to our next destination, but it does not look safe. So we're gonna go the longer, safer route, which is my motto for all of winter, always. So off we go, but look at this maple.
I show you around my tiny house while gingerbread man's on the roof, fixing up the broken bits of cookies with some super glue. My roof has got a hole, so when it rains it never stops. We could talk to honeybees and munch on everything we see, or gaze upon the flower beds and chatter away till 3.
Okay, pro tip, I guess, if you come here, there are 3 floors of seating and people only stop on the 2nd floor. So I have the entire 4th floor to myself, and it's the only one that has like a snowy view and like sofas and stuff. I'm not complaining. I don't mind having a floor to myself. This is a newly opened bakery called Standard Bread, where you can just buy little loaves of bread, and then they have a jam bar where you can get all these different kinds of jam. I got an orange one. And they have soups and French toast. It's just so cozy. So I'm gonna read and eat my half of a brioche loaf. Okay?
So when it drizzles, you hear the drops. had the ability to take away the pain of others. You would be the first to gain a lifetime of joy and love.
We are back. Hello. I feel like I've lived so many lives since I sat down and talked to you at the beginning of this vlog. Watch out for that. It was like a 24-hour cold, but man. So we're back home. I have a lot of work to do. It's the end of the year. I might have committed to too many projects, both for my book and this channel, but also for like other people in my life, I only live one, that I don't want to let down. So I'm entering panic mode. That's all right though. I am confident in myself that I can get everything done. I just wasn't expecting to be kind of on my butt for a day. This is such a millennial thing. Do you guys remember these charm bracelets? The like quote unquote Italian charm bracelets that like get caught on your arm hair and are very painful. I got one. I don't know why. And I bought a couple. I was on Etsy and I found just like these cute charms. I don't know if you can even see some of them. So I'm going to put them on these today. Eat my orange, guzzle some water, and get to work off camera. So I had expected to do a few more things, but yeah, this illness, the cold, plus this snow. Wow. I just can't believe what was supposed to be like a little overnight flurry turned into this. So I'm thankful. It was really beautiful. Also, the event yesterday was once again so cute and cozy. And it was actually one of the girls who was there. It was her first time ever seeing snowfall in her life. So that was exciting to like be there for that. Anyway, before I start rambling, because this already was a rambly video, I'm gonna go. Once again, thank you so much to Skillshare. There will be a link in my description box, but the first 500 people to click it will get 1 month free of Skillshare. Ooh, that's done. Once again, highly recommend, especially if you're having a snow day. Why don't you peruse? Why don't you learn something new? So as always, thank you to Skillshare, information down below. And I will catch you guys next time. Welcome to December, last month of the year. Where did 2024 go? Where was autumn? Walking home, seeing all of the like finally beautifully turned leaves under a pile of snow. I was just like, it's not meant to be. This wasn't our year. So I will catch you guys next week. Okay? See you then. Love to you always.